All right, we are live. Hey everyone, welcome to the webinar. We are going to talk about express booking today. Um, let's see, we have a few people joining here. Hey Mary, how you doing? Let's dive right in. So basically what we want to do over the next 15, 20 minutes or so is go over the express booking feature that we have in Mangomint. It's one of my favorite features by far. It's also a lot of our customers' favorite features. It really is something that can just save an enormous amount of time in the day-to-day as you run your salon and spa. And is also something that I haven't seen with any other salon and spa software yet. So I feel like this is a good topic to explore. And we can keep it as short as we want to. We can go into Q&A at the end. This is really open-ended, so it really depends on what we want to do. But what I'm going to do first is like show you the feature on my screen. We're going to go through booking an appointment using express booking, what it looks like from the client's perspective, but then also what it looks like from the business's perspective. We're gonna look into the different options that are available in terms of how you can set it up and how you might want to use them. And then any questions that you guys have, we can dive in. All right, let's see. Hey everyone. Hey Michelle. Hey Jesse. Hey Robin. Thanks for joining. All right, let me share my screen and we'll dive right in. So here we have. Okay, I think I'm sharing the screen. Can somebody just like in the chat, like give a thumbs up if you can see my screen now? Just want to make sure. Perfect. Mary sees it. Thank you. All right, so this is a demo account of Mangomint. This should look familiar. But in case you're new to this, we're just looking at the calendar screen right here. You can see I have 4 providers, all of the appointments here. It's in the middle of the day. A bunch of them are closed out in gray. A bunch of them are upcoming. 2 people are currently checked in. And I'm going to pretend for the sake of demoing this that I'm a front desk person and somebody calls and wants to book an appointment for tomorrow. Now, in most situations, with most of our customers, when you call the business and you go like, hey, I would like to come in for an appointment tomorrow at this time, the conversation usually goes into, okay, great. Susie, I got you in tomorrow, 3 p.m. All I'm going to need from you is your first name, last name, email address, phone number. Oh, and by the way, we also have a cancellation policy, which is yada, 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 yada. And I'm also going to need your credit card details. So basically, out of that phone conversation, 3, 4, 5 minutes is spent just like giving over the details to the person on the other end. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever read a credit card number over the phone and tried to type it in, it's a massive pain. Nobody likes to do it. Nobody enjoys it. Same goes for email addresses, right? Like who doesn't have this random person that has like, something superlord 3789 at yahoo.co.uk from like the 90s. And email addresses, credit card numbers are just a pain to do over the phone. So this is really where the express booking feature came in, and this is what we're trying to solve with that feature. So let me show you what that would look like, that same conversation with Mangomint and express booking. So let's switch it to tomorrow. And person calls and says they want to book with Jennifer in the afternoon. So I'm going to put it here at 1:30. And let's say all I know from that person is the first name. So in this case, I'm going to book an appointment with myself. So all I have to type in is Daniel and the phone number. Typically the phone number, I might have it on the display already, but if I don't, it's super easy to just ask for that number. So I'm just going to put in my own phone number, but notice how I'm leaving everything else empty. So I'm not going to fill in the last name, no email, and nothing else. I also don't have the credit card details, and all I have is first name and phone number. Next, I'm going to select the service. Let's say they want to come in for an express facial. And actually, let's not call it express facial because that sounds like it has something to do with the feature. Let's just do a manicure. They want to come in for a manicure, and nail services are actually a great example. Usually a lot of volume, and there's a lot of booking going on all the time, and we can really save a lot of time now by enabling this express booking feature right here. So if I turn this on, you'll notice something down here changed. Previously it said book appointment, and now when I flip over that toggle, it says send text message. And I'll show you in a second what you can do in the customization, but again, for now, let's just do the happy path and go through the normal flow. So all I've done is put the appointment on the calendar, first name, phone number, flip over the toggle, and now I'm gonna hit send text message. If this works, I should get a text in just a second. Let's see if it came through. I know this is annoying, but you should be able to see it right here. It says, you're almost done. Please review and complete your booking with 5 Oaks Spa. And it gives me a link. So I just got this text message and I'm opening up this link on my phone. And as you can see, I'm now looking at a page that summarizes to me as the person booking the appointment what I'm actually about to book. So I can see the service. It says manicure. Again, I'm not sure if the camera picks this up proper, but you can see the service, the time, all of the details, where it is. And then I can fill in the remaining details that I otherwise would have done over the phone. So I'm just gonna add my last name here, Lang, L-A-N-G. I'm gonna add my personal email address, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna add my credit card. And then very important, I have to agree to the cancellation policy. I'll talk more about that in just a second, but I agree to the cancellation policy. Now hit complete booking and boom. If you've watched my screen, you can basically see how in real time, within a second or even less, it switched the color on the screen, and now I have all the details in here. I have the last name filled in, I have the email address filled in, and I also have the credit card details in here. So for that entire interaction, I probably just saved 2 or 3 minutes on the phone. Plus, if I'm using a modern smartphone like most people are, and this works on both iPhones as well as Android phones, I can actually have everything pre-filled. So I don't even have to type in my phone number, my email address, or credit card. Like, the phone can automatically fill this in, and the entire experience just got a lot faster. So that's kind of like the happy path. Let's stop right here really quick and see if there's any questions so far. Love that they have to agree to the cancellation policy. Yep. Wonder if this might help fighting with chargebacks. Great point, Jesse. So in fact, yes. So as many of you perhaps know, chargebacks are a real thing. And a lot of times when people file a chargeback with the credit card company, as a salon or spa, you don't really have a lot of great stuff that you can fight the chargeback with, because a lot of times when you explain the cancellation policy to someone over the phone, there really is no record that you can use as proof to the credit card company, to the bank, that, hey, this person knew and understood the cancellation policy. Well, with this, that problem goes away, because not only would they fill in the details, but they also have to accept the cancellation policy. And as part of that, we save that record. So in case any of the clients afterwards file a chargeback and they go like, oh, nobody ever told me about the cancellation policy, we can produce proof that definitively says, no, actually at this exact time, using that phone and that IP address, you have seen this and you have accepted it. And we can produce that evidence, which in our experience can make a huge difference when it comes to the win rate for these disputes and chargebacks. So that's another nice benefit that you get out of using express booking. Another one that I'm about to show you is related to how you can actually use that feature to take payments. Let's see, there's another question. It would be nice to have a list or notification if they don't fill out the express booking before it expires. Actually, Robin, that's a great point. I'm going to show you what happens and how that looks. So when you have an express booking, let's do another one. Let's send something to my wife. She's going to be very confused. And she's gonna come in for facial. Gonna put it right here and turn this on. And this is actually her phone number. So I'm assuming that she's at work. So I'm assuming she's not gonna finish it. If she does, that's gonna be very interesting. Anyways, so I'm gonna send this, and as you can see, it starts this 30-minute counter where after 30 minutes, if they haven't finished it, it will automatically cancel this appointment and remove it. However, it won't actually hide it from the calendar. So for 24 hours after it has been expired, you will continue to see it almost like a ghost-like appointment here on the screen. It's kind of hard to show you right now, but imagine it being like, half transparent and crossed out. And that way, it has expired. The reason why we keep it there is exactly for, I think, what you were going to ask, Robin, which is how do you know that it has expired? So you'll be able to see it on the calendar, but most importantly, if you want to, you can then call that person and say, hey, just want to see if you are still interested in that appointment. If so, we can finalize it right now. You can then either resend the link where they can do it again, or you can do it over the phone and kind of like bring it back to life. So that's how that mechanic works. And also one thing that is sort of related to that is when you book an appointment, you can actually choose how long the person has in order to fill out the details. So take a look at this little toggle right down here. When you enable express booking and go here, you can choose the time limit. The default is set in the settings. So in my account here, it's 30 minutes, but you can change that to whatever. So the default could be 2 hours, or you can do it on a per appointment basis where you can say, hey, this person, maybe they told me on the phone that they're about to get on a plane and it'll take them a few hours before they can actually finalize the appointment, and that might be okay. So I could actually increase the time limit to anything that I need to have here. And I can also choose if I want to require the credit card or even require a deposit. So if perhaps this is a client who has a habit of no-showing and maybe they no-showed their last appointment, I might tell them on the phone, hey, it's totally cool if you want to book again. However, we will require a 50% deposit for this particular booking. So I would turn this feature on. I can do either a full payment or a partial deposit. And if I do a partial deposit, I can enter a flat amount, like $50, or I can make it a percentage and go like, okay, 25% is going to be your deposit in order to actually book this appointment. So yeah, so this is how that works. Yeah, let's see if there's any other questions so far. Got it. So you will see it on the calendar. Does it count as a canceled appointment in the cancellation report? The answer, the real answer is I don't know. We can, I'd have to look into it, but I think it does not count as a canceled appointment. But again, we can easily find out. We can just take a look here under appointment cancellations. And then again, there aren't any cancellations yet, but we would be able to see if it counts in there or not. I'm pretty sure it's not in there because we don't consider the appointment to be finalized or booked yet until the express booking completes. But I can certainly get back to you on that one, Marie. Someone else says, Michelle says, can I extend that time? I see some of my clients forgetting. Okay, so we answered that one already. Yeah, I don't see any other questions here right now. So the other thing that I wanted to show you related to that is I think kind of like what you've seen already in terms of being able to take these payments and what that would look like. So let's just go through this one more time and really dive in what that looks like on your end. So if I book a custom facial here, I enable express booking, I require a deposit, and I'll do a 50% deposit. I'm gonna send the link. This one actually goes to me, not to my wife. And by the way, she did respond and say, can't text right now. So I'm going to open up this link on my phone. I fill out all the details. My credit card's already on file. That's another thing that I haven't mentioned earlier, where if you have a client and it's not just the first time booking, you already have their details on file, their email address, the credit card information, it will have that filled in already. So you can even use the express booking feature for clients who have been coming for a long time if all you want to do is collect a payment or have that record of accepting the cancellation policy. So in this particular case, I'm going to use it to collect a $50 deposit, which is, if you look here, the service is going to be $90. 50% is $45. So if everything goes well, boom, we should now have a $45 payment. As you can see on the calendar right now, it looks like a normal appointment. Everything's good. So then let's go ahead and check in to the service. And then I'm gonna continue the checkout. So again, pretend that this appointment is happening right now. I'm gonna go to the checkout, and all I have to do is hit continue. And as you can see, it already has the total here, and it already has that partial payment of $45 counting towards that. Of course, I can still also add other services, like for instance, maybe they came in and they wanted to buy a product. You can just add the product to it. It changes the total amount of the sale. Now it's 130. And now if I look on the payment screen again, you can see that there's a remaining balance of $85. The $45 payment from the deposit is already here. I'm going to use cash as the payment method, and boom, the appointment is checked out and the sale is closed. That's pretty much it. So like I said, the biggest benefit really of the express booking is that you don't have to give all of the details over the phone. I think that's huge and can save an enormous amount of time. Second biggest benefit is that you have that record of people accepting the cancellation policy so that you can more effectively fight chargebacks. And the third benefit is this very nice and seamless way to collect deposits if that's something that your business needs. And you can do it on for every appointment. You can actually change the settings. I'm going to show you that here really quick as well. It's under settings, calendar and appointments, and then express booking, where all of these default settings that you just saw, like the time limit, whether or not you want to collect a deposit, you can change that so that by default it sends out these links, or you can do it on a per appointment basis as you need it. Let's see if there's any other questions here. Will the time slot be available for booking again once express booking expires? Yeah, great question, Michelle. Yes, the answer is yes. So once the link expires, in the example that we used, 30 minutes, it will come back. The time will be available for anybody else again, also in online booking. You'll still see it on the calendar, but it'll be this ghost appointment, very similar looking to a canceled appointment, where it's there so you can see it, but it doesn't actually take up any space. Another one, yes, I agree. The girls will be so happy with this feature. Great. Robin has another question. Can I make a request for a way to track people that don't fill it out? We can't check the future dates every day to manually look for canceled express bookings. Yes, you can make that request, and I like it. Let me get back to you on that one. I totally see where you're coming from. We can't check the future dates every day to make manually look. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me think. There are ways we can already do it that are not super straightforward. Like we can currently, you could set up a notification using some of the webhooks to know about expired appointments, but I understand that that's not super convenient, and that maybe a report might be a better solution here. Robin, I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to follow up with you after the webinar to see what we can figure out here. I think this possibly something we can do. Let's see. Is there anything else here? Does anybody else have any other questions? Nope. 1, 2. Just kidding. Obviously, feel free to reach out. Thank you, Robin. We appreciate you too. Feel free to reach out to chat support if you want to connect with me directly. It's just daniel@mangomint.com. Any feedback, let us know. We'd love to hear it. And yeah, thanks so much for joining today. Robin will follow up with you, and to everyone else, have a good rest of your day. See ya.